Today I'm going to show you some weight-bearing wrist mobilisation exercises which you can perform down on the floor. This is the kind of wrist mobilisation that you might perform after you have successfully moved through some of the easier, gentler progressions of wrist mobilisation where you're not bearing a lot of weight through your hands or through your wrists. Here are the mobilisations for your wrist. Now, when you're performing these, you're bearing your weight through your hands on the floor and you're wanting to work through a series of different positions. Think about working through the points of a compass. So you'll have your fingers pointing forward. You could do it with your fingers to the side, with your fingers pointing out, and again with your fingers pointing back. In each of those positions, what you want to do is take your wrist into maximal extension, and you want to pulse into that position, and you want to do somewhere between 10 to 20 bounces or gentle pulses in each of those positions, working one by one through those positions. Again, similarly, when you're pointing outwards, and similarly when you've got them pointing back, you're sitting back onto your haunches to extend those wrists fully. You can also work the wrists into flexion by placing the back of your hands on the floor and trying to bear your weight through those. Now, I want to mention I find this one personally quite difficult, and a lot of people it takes a little while for them to be able to actually bear a lot of weight through the backs of their hands like this. But the principle is the same, where you're going to gently move and pulse into the end of your range of motion in these positions. You can also do these wrist mobilisations with a floss band, which is a very tight elastic band. When you wrap this, you want to go from distal to proximal, so start further away from your body and get closer to your elbow, and you want to thoroughly cover the joint, which is your wrist joint. Other than that, you're going to basically go through the same movements as I've just shown you. So you're bearing your weight on your palm, you're going to take your wrist into extension, and you can work through, again, those 4 points of the compass like we showed you before. And you'll find that doing these movements with the floss band around your wrist may actually help you get better mobility through that wrist faster.